Namaste everyone. It fills me with a strong feeling of patriotism to welcome you all on this beautiful morning of the 26th of January. It is a matter of pride and honor at the same time to be a part of this Republic Day celebration. This day holds a very special place in the history of India as we are here to celebrate the 73rd Republic Day this year. Today, we celebrate the day on which our Constitution, drafted by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, came into effect, replacing the Government of India Act of 1935. The day also marks the transition of India from an autonomous Commonwealth realm with British monarch as nominal head of the Indian Dominion to a fully sovereign republic in the Commonwealth of Nations with the President of India as a nominal head of the Indian Union. As we celebrate this day, I see this period of 73 years as years of progress and struggle that we have achieved and endured. Everyone wishes for a peaceful life, an untroubled society in which we can live the life we want. But the peace that is enjoyed in our society today has been fought and won with the blood and sweat of various soldiers and civilians who have sacrificed their lives at one time or another. The celebration of the Republic Day marks the reminiscence of all our freedom fighters and thank them for an independent and democratic nation that we live in. Today, we have in our midst Shri Lalit Nangia ji, convener of the D.A.V. Boys Senior Secondary School. Nangia ji hails from a family of philanthropists. His father, Shri S.D. Nangia, was one of the founders of the D.A.V. group of schools. Shri Lalit Nangia ji has been actively working towards education, community welfare, and the upliftment of the underprivileged. We are extremely honored by his presence here today. May I now invite him to unfurl the national flag.
ऊंचा रहे हमारा विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। सदा शक्ति बरसाने वाला, प्रेम सुधा बरसाने वाला, वीरों को हर्षाने वाला, मातृभूमि का तन मन सारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। आवो प्यारे वीरो आवो, देश धर्म पर बलि बलि जावो। एक साथ सब मिलकर गावो, प्यारा भारत देश हमारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। इसकी शान न जाने पावे, चाहे जान भले ही जावे। विश्व विजय करके दिखलाए, तब होंगे प्रण पूर्ण हमारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। झंडा ऊंचा रहे हमारा विजयी विश्व तिरंगा प्यारा। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम। सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला, सस्यश्यामला मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् शुभ्रज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनी पुल्लकुसुमित द्रुमदलशोभिनी सुहासिनी सुमधुरभाषिणी सुखदां वरदां मातरम् वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्.
The tricolor flutters majestically. The three colors of our national flag symbolize the sacrifice of the millions who died fighting for it. It reminds us of our responsibility that we have towards our nation. Designed by Pingali Venkaya, and our national flag was adopted on 22nd of July 1947. A flag is a symbolic representation of any country. Our flag tells us a lot about our history and culture. It carries a sense of enormous gravity and commands respect from people. The color saffron represents the courage and sacrifice of the people of India. White represents mutual trust and harmony between the diverse group of people. Green represents prosperity. The 24 spokes of our chakra represent the eternal wheel of law. Since then, it has become the symbol of India's freedom and independence. May I now request Manav Agarwal to render the welcome address.
From colonies to republics, that has been the journey of many countries across Asia and Africa. The story of one such republic, starting from 1950, is of great significance to this day. Today, we celebrate 73 years of the great Indian Republic, remembering the great martyrs who fought for this nation's glory. Namaste to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome everyone in person and virtually. I also take great honor in welcoming a chief guest for this day, Shri Lalit Nangiaji, convener of D.A.V. Boys Senior Secondary School. I also would like to extend a hearty welcome to the esteemed members of our management, our principal, Srimati Chitra Raghavan, headmistress, Srimati Swarna Prabhakaran, parents, teachers, and my dear friends to this August ceremony. The tricolor is a symbol of unity, honor, and freedom. It is of great significance that we derive this feeling of patriotism from the national flag. Today, let's witness the reaffirmation of India's sovereignty through the multifarious events that will be showcased. I once again would like to extend a hearty welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Manav. Success is no accident. It takes hard work, dedication, perseverance, learning, and most of all, the love for what you do. And this can clearly be seen whenever one sees our Honorable Joint Secretary, Shri Atul Nangiaji. I now request Shri Atul Nangiaji to address the spectators and to give his precious inputs to our dear students who are seeking to be like him.
Namaste. On the occasion of our 73rd Republic Day, I would like to extend a warm welcome to one and all present here. Today serves as a reminder of India's struggle for freedom, and it is on this day in the year 1930 that we first raised the slogan of Purna Swaraj. Subsequently, 20 years later, we adopted our constitution in 1950, declaring ourselves a democratic, secular, socialistic republic. This day is symbolic of the year of struggle after which India emerged as a free country, in which every citizen has key rights: the right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and the right to constitutional remedies. Along with rights, citizens have certain responsibilities as well. We are expected to fulfill the duties of a citizen first before claiming our rights. students have been given the right to education, but also have the duty to learn, understand, and study consistently and sincerely. This year in particular has been dedicated to commemorate the 125th birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. He was an Indian nationalist whose defiance of British authority made him a hero among Indians. He believed that one individual may die for an idea, but that idea will, after his death, incarnate itself into 1,000 lives. He firmly propagated the fact that freedom is not given, it is taken. He also urged the countrymen saying, "Give me blood and I will give you freedom." In India, Arya Samaj was one of the forerunners in developing a sense of patriotism in Indians and inspired numerous leaders such as Lala Lajpat Rai, Shahid Bhagat Singh, Veer Savarkar, Ram Prasad Bismil, Bhai Parmanand and several others who gave up their lives in the service of our country. D.A.V. as an institution has been inspired by the teachings of Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Believes that we must protect this precious freedom and take our country to greater heights. It is imperative to mention here that the school offers a course to aid students in enrolling in the National Defence Academy. Another noteworthy step taken recently is the releasing of the official calendar of the Navy and the Air Force free of cost to our students. Scholarship for students who aspire to serve in the Indian Administrative Service has also been initiated. NCC and Scout training is encouraged to bring about a patriotic fervor among students at the school level. Our books on promoting value among students, that is fostering Vedic values, also incorporates the life of some of our national heroes like Captain Vikram Batra, who fought the Kargil war so courageously. The school culture holds the armed forces and their selfless service to the nation in high esteem. Today, India is the largest democracy and the second most populous nation in the world. India is the world's sixth largest economy, and it is estimated by 2030 India will remain a relatively young nation with a median age of 31 years and will have added more working age citizens to the world than any other nation. Therefore, to ensure the country's envisioned income growth and consumption growth, massive efforts will be required to right skill and reskill both our current and future workforce. The education system has currently shifted to gaining conceptual knowledge rather than tangible skills, which ensures employability. The National Education Policy 2020 insists on vocational training and developing skills from the school level. Health is wealth, and every country must ensure the well-being of its citizens. We need to ensure good hygiene and medical care are available to all citizens of the country. As India marches forward, it faces new challenges in health and sustainable living. Our cities are gripping with an alarming rate of congestion and pollution. This, together with an unhealthy population, could significantly dampen the benefits of India's demographic dividend and urban growth and lead to a deterioration in the quality of the life of citizens. Two key challenges must be solved to improve the quality of health. First, we need to work towards improving overall health access to every citizen and affordability of healthcare services to all. Second, the impending crisis in air-water pollution, waste management and urban congestion must be urgently solved. Climate changes due to pollution and urbanization are taking a heavy toll on our country. India has 9 out of 10 world's most polluted cities, including our capital New Delhi. As the country enters a new era of envisioned growth, now is the time for all Indians to come together as one and address the most pressing societal challenges facing the country today. Collaborative efforts can unlock the full potential of a young, progressive and dynamic nation and establish India as a model for the world's fast-growing consumer market. It is time for Indians to come together and help India become self-sufficient. We need to live a life with pride and dignity and be self-reliant in all spheres. The Atmanirbhar Abhiyan by our government is a commendable step in this regard. The economic crisis triggered by the coronavirus pandemic gave birth to this Abhiyan. It echoes some of the features of the Swadeshi movement. Let us value our freedom and pledge to ensure that we take our much revered country to greater heights. I would like to conclude with a quote from Mark Twain. India is the cradle of human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition. Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. You have given your best by sharing your expertise and knowledge in every way possible to help children get quality education in this great institution. Thus, I'm sure that all the parents here are also motivated to support and help their children to be like you. I now request Manav to take over for the cultural program.
Thank you, Vansh. You have never lived until you have almost died. And for those who choose to fight, life has a special flavor. The protected will never know. Coming up next is the tableau by the enthusiastic tiny tots of the primary on the life history of General Bipin Rawat, a 4-star general of the Indian Army. With a career spanning over 40 years of distinguished service, General Rawat will be remembered for initiating India's biggest military reform and for utilizing the resources more efficiently with the idea of synchronized operations, not forgetting the multiple successful operations that he executed. Over to the tableau.
My dear friend, you look and remain the same compassionate person even today. I am reminded of our childhood days when I used to struggle to carry my bag to school, and you never hesitated to share my burden along the rustic roads. Hand in hand, we used to happily walk to our sanctuary in Dehradun.
What's wrong with you? Why are you walking with such difficulty?
Hey Veera, the path has been very rough. I am finding it difficult to walk.
Don't fret, I'll carry the bag for you. A good friend will always lend a shoulder to one in trouble. Keep your hand on my shoulder. Let's walk together.
You are making our school days pleasurable ones. Thank you, dear Veera. I will never forget this or you.
Our school's motto, "To greater heights," had kindled the fire in me to reach greater heights in my life and has instilled the value of perseverance. I am very happy to have been able to turn our school's motto into a reality.
Yes, you had engraved those words in your heart and have won laurels and accolades creating history. I'm so proud of you.
Can you please tell me about the hobbies that you indulge in?
I had quite a few hobbies back then, but I was very passionate about trekking. The mountains have always fascinated me.
Fine. Then tell me, if you had to go on a 5-day trekking trip, what would be the most important thing that you'd carry along with you?
I would make sure that I carry a matchbox with me.
Why would you choose to carry a matchbox instead of food or warm clothes?
I consider the discovery of fire as the most brilliant discovery of primitive man, and I symbolize it as the fuel for my evolution. So, a matchbox would definitely be an integral part of my trekking gear.
Bipin Rawat had established himself as a charismatic soldier. His peers and juniors always admired his relentless hard work, meticulous planning, and a selfless personality who would readily save others in dire situations.
No, our major was focused towards transformation. His excellent skill in planning and execution proved the world that India was emerging as a stronger nation.
Yes, of course. I'm an ardent admirer of his brilliance and the manner in which he takes up a major role in all the operations. He's left a legacy of transformation which we must uphold and make him proud. Salute to our major.
A modest Bipin Rawat was once restricted entry when he had gone to visit his regimental comrade by a security guard. No amount of persuasion convinced the security until his friend came down himself to reveal the position of Bipin Rawat. To appreciate the sincerity of the security guard, the modest Rawat gained proper entry the next day, producing the appointment letter. He even went on to appreciate him by conferring him with a certificate.
Befitting to the term better half. Madhulika, who was married to Bipin Rawat, drew inspiration from her husband. Her illustrious heritage and proactive husband motivated her to usher in various reforms as the president of the Army Wives Welfare Association. She was associated with many social organizations. Her notable contribution was towards the widows of soldiers, encouraging them and helping them to become financially independent.
His desire to proclaim peace extended beyond borders. When Bipin Rawat took charge of the United Nations North River Brigade in the Democratic Republic of Congo, things were completely out of control. Bipin Rawat adopted an iron fist strategy and scripted a remarkable turnaround and successfully put a stop to the rampant vandalism.
Why is there so much mayhem? Why do you allow local people to vandalize and pelt stones?
We have heard a lot about your planning and strategic skills. That's the reason we were keen on having you here. Kindly help us restore peace in the area.
Yes, I shall definitely work towards bringing peace in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We have to deploy infantry and combat vehicles armed with machine guns and bring about peace and harmony. My desire has always been to practice universal brotherhood and global peace. This is outrageous. Militants have attacked Indian soldiers. We need to teach them a lesson. Let's plan for a surgical strike and put an end to this terrorism.
Students are being misled. They're missing classes and are manipulated against the Indians.
But activists fear that Indian soldiers might lose their lives in this combat.
I am sure that our general will take care of every soldier and ensure that everyone returns alive.
My dear children, I had ingrained my school motto that motivated me and reassured that I could progress towards excellence, and I upheld the motto and strived towards achieving it. Young children like you also would have your own school mottos. They symbolize hope and promise. Engrave those mottos in your heart and walk with confidence. Engage yourselves in meaningful activities and never get influenced by evil mischief makers. The dynamism of the youth is absolutely crucial in transforming the youth as peace ambassadors. Young children have a great potential, and channelizing that in a proper direction should be your aim. The nation is in your hands, and you are the pillars of this nation. Join together and make India and the world a peaceful place to live in. Jai Hind!
A perfect and beautiful description of a martyr's life, as the tableau was. I congratulate and thank the students for that outstanding performance. Patriotism is not only a feeling, it is an essential characteristic of our nation's true pride and strength, the Indian people being the de facto power of this great Indian Republic. To spread this feeling of patriotism like wildfire in our hearts, I would now like to invite the students of classes 6, 7 and 8 to present a befitting tribute to the martyrs.
உனக்காகவே மொழிகள் பலதான், நிறங்கள் இங்கு பலதான், இருந்தும் இணைவோம். அகிலம் சொல்லும் அமைதி நாடு அன்பை விதைப்போம். பகைவன் அவன் வந்தால் புயலாய் எழுவோம். பனி பொழிந்திடும் மழை முகத்திலும் நம் வீரர்கள் உயிர் கொடுத்துதான் நம்மை காப்பதால் நாம் வாழ்கிறோம். வந்தே மாதரம், வந்தே மாதரம், வந்தே மாதரம், வந்தே மாதரம்.
Be it a doctor, soldier or civilian, we are born Indians and are all bound by the same pride and respect for this nation. A very big thank you to all the students for that wonderful performance. Knowing about our guardians, our heroes, is important as they are the reason we celebrate this great Republic Day as a sovereign republic. Now, let us listen to the talk show by the senior secondary students on some of the many unsung martyrs of India.
Friends, it's good to meet you all after a long time. What is today's date?
Today is 26th January.
It's Republic Day.
Today is a day when heroes are given respect with utmost patriotism. Heroes like Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, Mahatma Gandhi, Alluri Sitaram Raju and Bhagat Singh.
The heroes you mentioned are very well known. There are others who are not as well known. I feel that every hero should be given the same respect and pride.
Oh yes, I agree with you. Every hero should be celebrated. I know about a great hero.
Can you tell us more about them?
Namaste everyone. Wishing you a very happy Republic Day. Let us make this day rich in patriotic fervor and bring forth the vision of united India. I am Salatya of class 11.
I am Ramcharan of class 11.
I am Nikhilesh of class 11.
I'm Shreyans of class 11.
We are here to talk about the unsung martyrs and get inspired. Do you all know about Komaram Bhim?
Who is he?
What did he do?
Can you tell us more?
Komaram Bhim was born in Sankepalli in Adilabad in Hyderabad state, British India, to a family in the Gondi tribal community. He was greatly inspired by the Rampar Rebellion of 1922, which was led by Alluri Sitaram Raju, and he too decided to initiate his own struggle for the rights of Adivasis on his return from Assam. His negotiations with the collector of Asilabad were rejected and the conflict continued as a low-intensity guerrilla campaign. He is said to have led 300 men under him.
That's impressive.
He is credited to have coined the slogan Jal, Jungle, Zameen during this period.
Doesn't that mean water, forest and land?
Oh yes, it does. But eventually he was found by Kurdu Patel and was executed by armed policemen led by the Talukdar of Asifabad, Abdul Sattar, and he contributed greatly to the Indian freedom struggle.
Well, that is a really great martyr whom you have mentioned. Have you all heard of Matangini Hazra from West Bengal?
Who is she?
Matangini Hazra was born in a village named Hogla of Midnapur in West Bengal. In 1932, she participated in Gandhiji's civil disobedience movement and manufactured salt at the Iron and Salt Center. She was arrested for doing so. She worked greatly for humanitarian causes and worked among affected men, women and children during the smallpox epidemic.
Oh!
People all lovingly called her Gandhi Buri, which means Old Lady Gandhi. During the Quit India movement, she was 72 years old and she led a procession at Midnapur. Soon, the police fired upon them and a bullet hit her shoulder. But undaunted, she continued her march. She was unfortunately killed when another bullet pierced her forehead.
Well, that's so depressing.
Yes, what we know of her is very little, but what she has done is unimaginable.
Indeed.
Well, we all know about Bhagat Singh, but do we know about another revolutionary of that time?
Who are you talking about?
Shivram Rajguru. Shivram Rajguru was born on 24th August 1908 in a village called as Khet, Pune. He is mainly known for the assassination of the British Raj police officer J.P. Saunders. He joined the Rashtriya Seva Dal and attended training camps at the Rashtriya Seva Dal, which were conducted by Dr. N.S. Haritkar, who was also the founder of the Seva Dal. Shivram Rajguru, along with Bhagat Singh and Sukhdev, were executed for the assassination of the police officer. All three great freedom fighters were hanged to death by the British government at Lahore. He was sadly 22 at the time of his death.
Well, he lived a short life, but he gave a massive impact to the Indian freedom struggle.
Yes. Indeed. The three people whom we have discussed so far have one thing in common. They would do anything for our nation.
10 years before the martyrdom of Shivram Rajguru, the non-cooperation movement began. Rama Devi Chaudhary played a key role in it.
And who is she?
What did she do?
Fondly called Ma by the people of Odisha, Rama Devi Chaudhary joined the non-cooperation movement in 1921. She also joined the Indian National Congress and started weaving khadi the same year. She went from village to village, encouraging women to join the Indian freedom struggle. In 1932, after her release from the Hazaribagh jail, she became actively involved in Harijan welfare. She worked tirelessly for the eradication of untouchability through an institution that was later renamed the Harijan Seva Sangh. After the demise of Kasturba Gandhi, she was made the representative to the Orissa wing of the Kasturba Trust.
Her actions seem very similar to that of Gandhiji's.
Oh yes, they are. In fact, she was greatly influenced by Mahatma Gandhi.
From the discussion about the four unsung heroes, one thing is for sure. Patriotism is not mere words, but action in totality. It's because of their actions we are where we are today. Similarly, during this pandemic period, there are several unsung heroes. The frontline workers, trash collectors, and many volunteers. Let us all salute them.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam, Suphalam, Malaya Shitalam, Shasya Shamalam, Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Thank you. The defense forces of our country are one of the most successful and outstanding in this world. Ensuring our national security and safety has always been their core area of focus. Every soldier is a true patriot who is always ready to lay down his life for this motherland. Describing this, now we have a video from the Jarvis team explaining the three major operations conducted by the defense forces of our country.
Siachen Glacier is the highest battlefield in the world. Operation Meghdoot was launched on 13th April 1984 when the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force went into the glacier. On 20th September 1978, the first sortie to Siachen was launched. Operation Meghdoot's objective was to capture the Siachen Glacier The Indian Army expeditions were going on in the high altitude regions. The IAF was tasked with supporting the troops with backup and supplies. It was quite a unique operation because of Siachen's dreaded terrain and unforgiving climate. The mission was a successful one. India gained control over the Siachen Glacier. The IAF had played a major role in this operation. It used IL-76, AN-12 and AN-32 to transport troops and drop supplies to these extremely high altitude battlefields, following which Mi-17, Mi-8 and Hull Chetak would carry the same to the east. IAF's performance was incredible, taking into account how extreme the temperature and altitude are at Siachen. The operation is a saga which showcased such skill that can never be forgotten.
In 1971, a war broke out when the eastern Pakistan, which is now known as Bangladesh, wanted to gain independence from West Pakistan. On the night of the 3rd of December, Pakistan carried out simultaneous airstrikes on several Indian airfields, including Pathankot, Ambala and Srinagar. India, in return, planned a retaliatory attack on the Pakistani naval port of Karachi on the night of the 4th of December. It was planned that the attack would be carried out by Vidyut-class missile boats. On the night of the 4th of December, the Indian Navy positioned all its ships just outside the range of the Pakistani radar. INS Nippart fired 2 Strikes missiles and sank a destroyer named PNS Khyber. INS Nippart then engaged Venus Challenger, an ammunition ship, and a destroyer named PNS Shah Jahan. Then, as a grand finale, INS Nippart fired a missile towards the Khyber oil tanks in the Karachi port and annihilated the entire port. This mission proved as a turning point in the war, having entirely disabled the Pakistani Navy from participating in the combat.
It all started when Indian Army soldiers on patrol were killed by the intruding forces in the captured heights. Infiltrations were also reported in Dras, Katsar and Damushko sectors. In late May, the Indian Air Force began strikes against suspected infiltrator positions. India then moved in troops in large numbers to defend. Pakistani forces and terrorists backed by Pakistan began to retreat under heavy offensive by India. All occupied positions in Dras also came under Indian control.
Thank you, Team Jarvis. That was a spectacular presentation which will remain etched in our memory. We laugh, we sing, we talk, we live. An accurate description of one of the few many martyrs of India. And what a glorious moment it was to witness this incredible performance by our students. And with this, we come to an end to all the cultural events. Now, I would like to call Vansh to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mana. I, Vansh Moryani, on behalf of our school and the entire fraternity of the D.A.V. Boys Senior Secondary School, wish to extend my most sincere thanks to Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. With His blessings and grace, we were able to make this event what it was. I also extend my hearty gratitude to our convener, Sri Lalit Nangiaji, who had spared his time to grace the occasion and celebrate this remarkable day with us. An event like this cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling weeks ago. It requires planning and a bird's eye for details. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated staff of our institution who are well versed in their job. I'm short of words for their involvement and their willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones, and I take pride in including our support staff who have relentlessly assisted us. A special thanks to our respected principal, Srimati Chitra Raghavan, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and has been a pillar of strength all through. Our sincere gratitude goes to all parents, students, and well-wishers for your support and encouragement. Without your support, students would not have been able to achieve excellence. Thank you. Namaste. I now request you all to rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष